Previously, in a world ruled by magic, Mash was an anomaly, lacking any magical abilities despite his impressive physical strength. Society rejected him for his difference, but Mash refused to let that define him. He struck a deal with Brad, a powerful mage, to become the chosen one in the most prestigious school of magic in the country. The story continues as Dot recovers from Silva's attack and realizes that there is a significant difference in their magical abilities, with the advantage leaning towards the older student. He assesses the situation, noticing that Mash is still in shock after his cream puff was unexpectedly knocked from his hand. Dot doesn't believe Mash can be of much help, so he starts thinking hard to come up with a strategy to safely extricate the girl from this predicament. Sylvia remarks on how disappointing the redhead is as an opponent but offers them a single chance. If Dot and Mash can endure 5 hits from Sylvia's magic, he promises to leave them alone. Sylvia even agrees to follow the school rules and bets 1 silver coin. The girl expresses concern about Dot accepting such a disadvantageous deal, but Dot interrupts her and immediately accepts the terms without hesitation. The girl continues to protest, but Dot reassures her that he'll be fine since it's just 5 hits. Sylvia corrects him, clarifying that Mash also has to endure 5 hits. Dot objects to this condition, arguing that Mash has no involvement in their conflict. Sylvia warns him that he doesn't have the authority to decide. Dot agrees, much to Mash's surprise, to endure the hits as well. Sylvia lets out a whistle, impressed by Dot's determination, and wonders if he can withstand a total of 10 hits. Dot feels responsible for instigating the fight and believes he must follow through. Mash respects Dot's resolve and observes as Dot prepares himself. Sylvia initiates the first hit, delivering a powerful blow that sends Dot reeling back, causing him to cough up blood. Dot realizes he's in trouble but quickly rises to his feet, ready for the next strike while Sylvia laughs. The girl watches in horror as Sylvia continues to deliver the prescribed blows. After the 9th hit, Sylvia is surprised that Dot is still standing, albeit slightly injured. Dot smirks, recalling the tears shed by the girl as she recounted Sylvia's harassment. He is determined not to let those tears be in vain. As a reward for enduring 9 hits, Sylvia decides to make the final blow significantly more powerful. Dot braces himself and takes it head-on, getting thrown back and crashing to the ground. Sylvia is satisfied with his handiwork. As Dot lies on the ground, Sylvia begins to mock, but abruptly stops when Dot defiantly rises to his feet, confidently declaring that he's still standing. After enduring 10 hits, Dot struggles to reach Sylvia, hoping that he will honor his promise. However, he collapses before reaching him. Sylvia continues to mock Dot, belittling his belief that he could remain standing after taking direct hits from his magic. Dot pleads with Mash to take the girl and escape while he figures out a way to resolve the situation with Sylvia. But instead of showing any honor, the cunning senior strikes Dot once again. Dot pleads once more for Mash to save the girl, but this time, she interrupts him, calling him an idiot, which surprises him. She reveals that she knows he's under a charm spell, but his desperate behavior is apparent to her. Sylvia finds her comment a bit harsh and jokingly tells her not to say that, indicating that they are actually working together. Dot looks genuinely heartbroken as they continue to mock him for his delusional belief of being the main character. Growing frustrated with their relentless ridicule, Mash takes a step forward. Declaring that it's his turn to face the 10-hit challenge, he points at Sylvia and then points down, describing him as a despicable person, provoking Sylvia to come at him. Sylvia stares at him in shock as cream from the cream puff drips down his chin. Meanwhile, Lance, Lemon, and Finn find some relaxation after successfully defeating a monster. Lance feels a bit concerned about Mash, but Lemon and Finn reassure him, expressing confidence in Mash's abilities. Lance explains that there are different types of magic users, such as white mages who excel in scholarship and support magic, and red mages who excel in combat. Mash has mostly been facing off against white mages thus far. However, any red mage beyond their first year is a formidable opponent in their own right. Adding to that, the presence of double liners and natural enhancements, there are some who may be equal to or even stronger than Mash. Sylvia could be one of those opponents. Returning to the fight, Sylvia is amused by Mash's statement. He approaches and grabs Dot, expressing his dislike for people like them. Sylvia sees them as weak hypocrites who pretend to be tough, and he has the desire to crush such individuals to snap them out of their delusions. Sylvia prepares to slam Dot to the ground for dirtying his clothes. Mash swiftly moves and launches a punch, but Sylvia anticipates the attack and Mash barely manages to dodge, leaving a faint scratch on his cheek. Their senior laughs at Mash's belief that he can defeat someone who earned 2 gold coins during their first year. He boasts that his base power is significantly stronger than theirs and unleashes multiple attacks on Mash. However, the tide begins to turn when Mash successfully blocks one of Sylvia's assaults and crumbles a rock in the process. Mash then activates the triceps magic spell, causing his hands to open and close rapidly. Sylvia finds this amusing since he has never heard of such magic, deeming it as mere cap. As Mash dodges Iron's attacks, his fist tenses, and as he approaches his target, Mash punches his way through more rocks and lands a powerful blow on Sylvia's face. The girl can hardly believe what she's witnessing. Sylvia's face begins to show signs of damage as he comments that this shouldn't be happening. Despite earning 2 coins as a first year and possessing top-tier magic, Mashle's display is beyond his expectations. Energized by his successful strike, Mashle launches a counter-assault. Mashle smashes through Sylvia's defenses and delivers a powerful punch, causing evident pain to ripple across Sylvia's face. Struggling to catch his breath, Sylvia collapses to his knees and begins vomiting heavily from the impact of the second hit. Aware that he cannot emerge victorious from this fight, Sylvia is shocked as Mashle stands tall over him, making it clear that he cannot endure another blow. Mashle confidently walks to the base of a nearby tree and assumes a commanding seated position, perplexing Sylvia. Mashle then notifies Sylvia that he will endure 10 hits, emphasizing that Sylvia has underestimated Dot. Sylvia's face twists into an expression of complete despair upon hearing this declaration. After allowing Sylvia a moment to regain some composure, Mashle approaches him again and inquires if he is ready for the third hit. The anguish on Sylvia's face deepens, and panic sets in as he realizes that he will meet his demise if he endures any more blows. Desperately, Sylvia frantically searches for a way out of the dire situation. Suddenly, the sound of a monster rushing toward them reaches their ears. Sylvia is both surprised and thrilled to see a monster adorned with a star-shaped stone on its forehead, knowing it holds a value greater than a single silver coin. Sylvia plans to seize this opportunity to escape while Mashle deals with the monster. However, Sylvia's plan quickly crumbles when Mashle dismissively tosses the monster aside, treating it as an annoyance. This action shocks everyone present, and Mashle briefly apologizes to the discarded monster, stating that he is preoccupied at the moment. Mashle then turns his attention to the girl, who starts to panic as she never anticipated Sylvia's defeat. Assuming the role of her knight in shining armor, Mashle rushes over and embraces her from behind, assuring her that everything will be okay. A smug expression appears on her face, thinking that she has Mashle under the sway of her charm. However, she soon realizes that this is not the case. Mashle adjusts his hold on the girl and swiftly executes a suplex move, instantly knocking her unconscious. Mashle seems to be embracing the concept of equality to the fullest. Dot is in disbelief at what he just witnessed and concludes that Mashle may have a few screws loose after the ordeal. Everyone regroups, and Lemon expresses deep concern for Mashle, observing that Mashle is a bit battered. Mashle reassures her that it's nothing serious. Lance deduces that Mashle had a confrontation with Sylvia. Finn is impressed by Mashle's ability to defeat a student from a higher grade. Dot watches as Mashle's friends cheer him on, filling him with excitement. Mashle notices that Dot is feeling down due to the girl's actions, but Dot is pleased when Lemon hurries over to show concern for his injuries as well. Dot develops feelings for Lemon and starts acting strangely. He then turns to Mashle and formally expresses his gratitude for the help. However, Mashle comments that such behavior is completely out of character for Dot. This annoys Dot, who threatens Mashle, as it took a lot for him to say those words. Lance interrupts their squabble to inform Mashle that he was targeted. Lance has heard rumors that Dorm Lang is on the hunt for coins, especially those from Adler Dorm. Sylvia must have picked a fight because of this. Dorm Lang is comprised of privileged students and their followers. They place great importance on social status and birthright. These students will go to extreme lengths to prevent those from less prestigious backgrounds from entering the Bureau of Magic. Lance believes that a fierce battle for the coins against the elite group known as Magia Lupus, who are associated with Dorm Lang, has now begun. Lemon and Rin feel a bit frightened upon hearing this. Meanwhile, Mashle doesn't take the situation too seriously. Mashle's pocket starts to emit a golden glow as the 5 coins in his pocket merge to form a single gold coin. Barrett tries to mock Mashle, but Mashle uses the light to temporarily blind him. Mashle doesn't understand the significance of the different dorms and has a flashback to their version of the sorting hat ceremony. Unlike Harry Potter, here, students hold an ancient bone creature that reads their magic and mind to assign them to a dorm based on both factors. Mashle posed a challenge as all he could think about was a cream puff. As a result, the creature placed him in Adler Dorm. Lance returns to the main topic and explains that the Magia Lupus consists of 7 distinguished students. Sylvia was merely one of their followers. They have been aggressively collecting coins to influence the selection of the Divine Visionary, and since Mashle possesses a gold coin, he becomes a prime target. Lance advises him to keep his distance from Lang and to always move with his dormmates whenever possible. Mashle disregards Lance's advice the following day. While alone and searching for his next class, he encounters a double door and faces his usual predicament of whether to push or pull to open it. Meanwhile, Sylvia faces punishment from the Magia Lupus leader for losing a coin to Adler Dorm. Sylvia pleads for one more chance, but the leader transforms him into a doll that joins the others who have failed them. Just then, Mashle arrives and unintentionally breaks the door as he was unsure how to open it. He alerts the leader that he is holding and speaking to a doll. The triple liner glares at Mashle and thanks him for bringing it to his attention. This brings an end to our episode. If you enjoyed our video, then don't forget to subscribe our channel, Annie Explainer.